Welcome to The Feminine Duality, a podcast for midlife women where we heal from burnout and we learn how to take charge of our crazy time again.
Well, this is not my normal podcasting chair and setup, is it? I am here in hospital with my oldest daughter, so not what I had planned. I don't think this is what she had planned either, but I think she's very, very pleased with the attention she's getting. And so I don't have a script this week. I don't have an episode planned out and all sorted in my head this week. I am gonna take this opportunity to just speak from my heart about the women network that is around and that I think is so immensely beautiful and why we should be running the world, right? I think life can be tough. I have to admit, I'm feeling very rough today. It's only been 2 nights in hospital so far, but I did not sleep very well last night. I had to shoo a doctor out of the room in the early hours of this morning. He comes in, "Mom, I'm sorry to wake you." What? "Oh, we think that the last blood test we took may have been contaminated from the line where we took it, so we want to repeat it." And I'm like, now? No, it doesn't have to be done now. It can wait until the morning when she's awake. "Oh yeah, absolutely." "Well, then what are you doing in here?" "Off you go." And that was not the first time I was woken up overnight. So I'm feeling very sorry for myself this morning. I am supposed to go and see Jen Brister stand-up comedy tonight in London with my partner. I am not going to see Jen Brister tonight in London with my partner. You know, not only do I have my oldest child here, my youngest child has a rotten cold and her dad has a rotten cold and they're at home sneezing and coughing at each other. I don't want them anywhere near us. I don't want them anywhere near her.
I actually like seeing how my face changes as I get older, but that doesn't mean I won't care for it. I use Wildmint Cosmetics Natural Skincare, and it's my favourite collection of skincare products because dry and dull is not the skin changes I want to see. All natural, vegan and pro-aging, Wildmint Cosmetics 5-step skincare kit leaves my skin hydrated, nourished and more supple, without any harsh chemicals that disrupt my hormones, a must during perimenopause. Go to wildmintcosmetics.com and use code TOVA44475 for 50% off. That's TOVA 44475, or use the link in the description. As an affiliate, I earn money from qualifying purchases.
But for all that I'm feeling sorry for myself, there is a beautiful and fantastic support network around. And I want to take a moment to celebrate that support network. It's the women who are checking in on me every day at the moment. "How's it going? Do you need to vent? Can we do anything? We are here. Do you want to call?" It's those women. It's the friend who didn't even ask if I needed to vent. She just rang me and she's like, "Okay, darling, what's happening? What's going on? Right, there's going to be some money in your bank account later for treats for you and the girls for when you're back home." Like, these women. It's the woman who is a fellow medical mama and who I ran into the hospital corridor yesterday. You know, you only run into other medical mamas in hospital, okay? We're all in the same boat. Cheers. She was here for an appointment for her oldest daughter. She has 5 kids, 3 with medical and or special needs. So she hasn't got enough on her plate, right? And I said, I can't stop and talk because we've been given a 2-hour permission to leave, Elin and I, so I can go home and make food for her. And then somehow, despite there not being a decent shop between where I live and the hospital, I need to go and buy cat food. And my friend went, "Well, I'm going to Tesco's. What cat food do you need?" "Oh, you're amazing. Thank you." And she turned up several hours later in the hospital room here with a bag that was suspiciously big for just 1 box of cat food. And now, this might sound like a tangent. It will make sense in a moment, I promise. I have been thinking a lot about jollof rice lately, because that's what we do, right? We spend a week thinking about jollof. At least I do, apparently. And I don't know how to cook jollof. And I'm thinking I really should learn how to cook jollof because I love rice. I make a lot of different rice dishes. Not knowing how to cook jollof seems like a severe gap in my knowledge. I mean, particularly if you have a relationship with a Nigerian man, right? Although maybe he should be cooking the jollof. No, but I really want to learn how to make jollof. So my friend walks into the room and because jollof's been on my mind for a week, the first words out of my mouth is, "Can you teach me how to cook jollof?" And she just smiles at me and she goes, "I brought jollof." Out of this suspiciously large bag, she takes a pot of beetroot and feta salad, a pot of jollof and chicken, bags of sweets. Trust the medical mama. Thank you, Lizzie. Thank you. Oh my God, I appreciate this so much. I had half of the rice and chicken last night as a late supper. I'm going to have the other half at some point today. In this hospital, they actually feed me, and that's very rare. When you're in with your child, most hospitals will feed the child, but here they kind of go, we're feeding the room. And as far as paperwork is concerned, we're feeding the child. We know the child's not eating that food, so who cares if mom eats it, right? They're looking the other way a little bit. I wonder how long this will last. But it's not amazing food. It is hospital food and it's child-sized portions. So I really needed some rice and chicken last night. This women's network, the women's support we do, sometimes it's a direct reciprocity and sometimes we're paying it forwards, okay? My friend Lizzie, who came yesterday, there was a day when I went into a different hospital, an hour's drive away, where she was sitting in intensive care and I brought a suspiciously big bag for her, right? Because this is what we do. But other times it's the woman who's in hospital with their premier baby who is not feeding and you're just passing a coffee through the window because she needs a bloody coffee, and a decent one at that, and not instant, right? It's the running that annoying errand for your friend because she's tied up in something else. I think we women are amazing. I think we should be ruling the world. I think it would be a much kinder place if we did. The other night, after my daughter had gone to sleep, I was standing out by the nurse's station having a bit of a natter and a gossip. And there was a toddler on the ward who clearly is a runner. So there's a small child, zoom through the corridor, mum running after. And at that point, mum had had it. She lost it. She absolutely spectacularly lost it. With a voice that was cracking and a language that was incredibly blurred, she was like, I can't deal with this. I can't do it. I can't do this anymore. And then I know I shouldn't be saying this. And I'm going, honey, you should be saying this. You should be saying this because you're not a bad mom. And this is tough. This is hard. So say it. Say it because the staff here needs to know how much you're struggling. You need to be allowed to be honest with yourself how much you're struggling. Because after you have said it, you're going to take a deep breath and you're going to go back to being a good mom. And trust me, I know this because I have been exactly there. Special needs parenting is not for the faint-hearted, and I know that my daughter is not doing the things she's doing because she's nasty. Of course she's not. She can't help it. But there are moments where I cannot deal with any more mess, and I cannot deal with any more medical emergencies, and I cannot deal with anything. That doesn't make me a bad mom. That makes me very, very, very human, and you're allowed to be human. You're allowed to go, this absolutely sucks, and I'm not coping. Because ultimately there is no other choice for us than to cope, and we have to go back to coping. And what it is at the end of the day that makes us cope is the women's support network that we have around us. I think I'm going to quite possibly jump up on bed with my daughter, have a bit of a snuggle with her. We'll put on an audiobook, we'll have a bit of a nap, both of us. She's tired again. She is fighting an infection. We don't actually know what's wrong at all. And if you want to know more about what happens with her, then you need to go to a YouTube channel called Parent XP, because that's where I share everything to do with being a special needs mom, a special needs family, having a severely disabled child. And there's obviously detailed vlogs about her hospital stays on there. So all of that you can see there. I'm not going into it in detail on the feminine duality because that's not the container for it. I also want to say before I leave that the competition to win a one-to-one time and sanity strategy session with me is still open. It is open until the 8th of April. What you win is 40 minutes one-to-one with me where we have a look at everything that's on your plate at the moment. You get to tell me about it, get it out of your head, and I will then help you narrow down what is the most effective thing to deal with in order to move forwards and start feeling like you're in control of your time and your life again. In order to be on that competition, you need to join my email list, and the link for that is in the description. And if you join my email list before the 8th of April, you are automatically in the draw, and I will draw on the 9th, and I will let the winner know after that. But for now, I'm going to go and deal with my child. I'll speak to you again next week.
Hey, I wanted to talk to you about our free mini course, The Burnout Reset. I have burnt out twice, and I'm not talking about I don't feel excited about this anymore, I must be a bit burnt out, that you so often hear about on social media. No, I'm talking about not being able to feel excitement about anything. Extreme anxiety and failing at even simple tasks. Despite being a highly capable woman, I just couldn't cope with anything. If any of that sounds familiar, the Burnout Reset is for you. You see, I learned a lot from my experience. The warning signs of burnout, the symptoms, but more importantly, how to actually heal and come back to yourself afterwards. In the Burnout Reset, you will learn what burnout looks like and what your personal energy thieves are. And you will get a list of small, doable steps to get some energy back that I promise you actually do help. This is how I managed to be a single mom with a medically complex child, work full-time, run 2 online brands, and feel energized instead of overwhelmed. Sign up to the Burnout Reset for free on subscribepage.io/4ATWME, or better yet, just click or copy the link in the description. As a bonus, you will also be signed up to our email list for more connection and support.
From